So how do you turn yourself fine? How do you do that? As someone who is objectively fine, well, we're gonna try to find me even more. 2 weeks ago, I decided to go ahead and completely bleach my hair from being jet black. I did 3 times color remover, and then I just decided to go ahead and massacre my hair. As you can see, it's very blonde though, but it's kind of like the jellyfish haircut where it's like the front is longer, and this is definitely extremely fried. And though I do like the color to a certain level, I am also a very impulsive person, and every time I get my ovulation, I will change stuff. I also know that unless I have a fake tan, my color palette is what they would probably call winter. I don't know if it's the camera or the hair that makes me look like I'm more tan, but I am surprisingly pale. I feel like the yellow in my hair does make me look more tan, but it also kind of makes me look a little more friendly. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But you guys, the color is not uniform at all. Like there's a spot up here that I've definitely missed completely. And I am more scared to tone it than I am to dye it black again and cut it. Give it a little cut. But I could also just cut it as it is. Go for a little bob moment here. That would be cute too. I'm just gonna give you a 360 of my hair. Yeah, look at that, look at that. It's completely orange in here. Like you can't see that when you see me from the front, which is kind of clever. And sometimes it doesn't even matter if you can't see it yourself. But you guys, this hair is not blonde, it's yellow. And yes, I have a lot of peanut butter on my shirt. When I went into being blonde, I thought, well, you know what, we're going blonde because I wanted to kind of do the whole like what do you call it, Pamela Anderson look. But I have figured out that probably maybe I am more of a Victoria Beckham than I am a Pamela Anderson. Wait, this hair, sorry, give me a second. Let's see what this can do. A little hair clip moment. That's cute, but it's still fried like crazy. I was out shopping yesterday and I took a picture in a t-shirt that I thought was really cool, and my hair was literally looking insane. I'll put it here. Now I'm actually thinking, does this look good? Should I just keep this hair? But then I look here and I'm like, girl. Before we go into the transformation, let's take a little philosophical view into the whole idea of changing your appearance. Even if you change to something that you're like, you did a lot of work to try to get done and figure out, does it work for you? Girlies, understand that it is okay to change your mind, and it's okay to change your mind at a whim. It's your hair. You can cut it off if you want to. You can wear wigs if you want to. I should have probably worn wigs. Have you worn wigs? Will you wear wigs? When will you wear wigs? That is actually the question I should have been asking myself. But I think generally when it comes to changing our looks or doing something different, we are afraid of the consequences of what might happen if we do decide to do something. And that is what makes us feel so tied to something that's actually not going to make that big of a difference. Because when you walk around out there in the world, do you look at everyone who's walking past you and are like, oh, I bet they would look better if they were blonde. I bet they would look better if they were this and this and that. Maybe they just changed their hair yesterday. No, you don't. You don't have time to think about that. You want to think about like, am I going to go home and watch some TV now? And what am I going to have for dinner? Hopefully that's what you're thinking, because I can't be friends with you if you're out here thinking that person would look better like this. Excuse the peanut butter. What I'm gonna be doing now for like 5 minutes is I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna think long and hard about whether we're gonna go back to black. We only said goodbye with words. I cried 100 times. You go back to her and I go back to. just showered with some purple shampoo, and I don't know what this is. What happened here? Like, yeah, this is what my hair looks like after I wash it. It's definitely splotchy and looks more fried than when it's been like dry for a couple days. Is it time to go back to black? Maybe. But first, we're gonna make some sugar-free lemonade. I started out this video by saying, yeah, I'm so fine. Of course, I'm gonna look good no matter what. And then I run and do this to my hair. Why did the purple shampoo do this to my hair? Question mark. The thing is, I eat as a blonde, but I'm naturally like really dark brown. So sometimes you just gotta go back to your roots. And maybe that's what we're gonna have to do today. The one thing I do love about being blonde though is I feel like my features become more soft. Like I just look nicer. I look a little fairy-like. But when the hair is looking like this, sometimes you just gotta admit defeat. No arguing with that. Let's make some lemonade, you guys. Or actually limeade, because I don't have any lemon. And I'm someone who actually is very adamant about having a diet that is no sugar. Like I don't eat any added sugar. Occasionally, you know, I'll have it if I'm out, but I do not drink soft drinks with added sugar. So when I make lemonade at home, it's all with stevia. And as someone with ADHD, I found that drinking stuff that is no sugar, generally keeping the sugar low in my diet and actually upping my fats a little more, lowering the fast carbs like white bread, white rice, that has generally helped me so much. And that is another level to this whole, how do you become a baddie? You know what's the number one factor to make sure you feel like a fine girl? Eating good. Eating good. I cannot tell you how many times that eating good will solve so many problems. And I don't mean cutting out everything in your life that makes you happy to eat, but you'll see such a stark difference if you're someone who's just eating junk food all the time. I am the type of person who will look through the labels. I will look through the ingredients. I grew up in that type of household. I am someone who has a couple allergies too. If you didn't know, actually, I've been plant-based, whole food plant-based for 11 years. So yeah, you gotta learn how to read labels. But I've been a junk food vegan. I've been a junk food vegan like crazy. And just because you eat vegan doesn't mean you eat healthy, you guys. Being vegan does not equal you being healthy. So what I do is I take a whole lime and I squeeze it into a cup like this. The fact that I'm trying to do it with one hand is absolutely amazing. And then you guys, I add a lot of stevia. I'm not just talking the pinch that they usually say. Like I add a lot. My drink will be foaming. That's how much stevia I add. Because I feel like when I add a lot of lime, the stevia taste, like the aftertaste that some people might find with stevia, I feel like that's completely canceled. So I'll just add like a bunch. And now we have the lemonade. It wouldn't surprise me that during today's video, this video, which is a bit of an alternative video, let me know in the comment section if you enjoy this type of video, because I feel like you get to see a part of the content that I make that's very different. We're still gonna stick to advice. That's what I was gonna get into now. You know, the ADHD brain wants what it wants, so we're gonna go a little into things that might not be on topic. The thing about being a baddie is you can choose to change your mind literally overnight. And I think that that is truly the baddie mentality. Like I am someone, I've had my tattoos removed. I've tried to remove my tattoos for a while. I've gone through 5 sessions. Girls, this is 5 sessions. Like these do not come off like that easy. And the process of starting it, I never regret starting to get my tattoos removed because I learned so much about myself throughout the process of considering, is this something I'm gonna do? And I don't care about starting things and stopping them. I'm the type of person, I'll start something to see how it is, and I'll have no remorse if I decide a couple days later or after a couple tries or after whatever, this is not something I'm gonna do. And I think that's actually major key to becoming a fine gal, baddie, whatever you want to call it, because you have to be willing to get up and say, you know what, I was wrong, let's move on. Because I think the thing that makes a lot of baddies caught up in bad situations or things that are not going to baddify them is because they feel like because they put a lot of energy into something and committed to something, that means that they need to commit again and again and again, and they need to keep doing that exact same thing. The thing is, in reality, you're the only one who's actually keeping yourself from growing at the rate that you could grow, but you have to be willing to admit defeat. And I think that's where a lot of us women, we actually get caught up on this pride that we have. And I hate to say it like that, but I think a lot of us women actually have a lot more pride or a lot more ego than we tend to think. But I think ultimately also that pride and ego might not actually be so much ego, but it might so much be, we think that switching things up means that we'll be maybe less desirable, or we will be less, acceptable. Because essentially it is less acceptable. It is abnormal to be someone who wants to switch things up and try new things. That's always why when you change something, people will be like, I like what you did before better. Or when you're saying that you're considering doing something different, they'll be like, oh, no, don't do that. People that actually truly care about your growth will not care whether you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go shave my head, I'm gonna move to, Budapest, I'm gonna do whatever it is I want. Even your closest friend, the friend that would be your absolutely best friend, if you're like, you know what, I'm gonna move to the other side of the globe, they would support you. If they're like, you shouldn't, are you sure? Then, you gotta question that a little bit. A lot of the times as women, we end up holding ourselves back from growing because we're afraid of failing. We're afraid of admitting to ourselves, maybe this wasn't the right move. So we don't do anything, so we don't explore the version of ourselves that we could actually step into, because sometimes growing is about taking a step in one direction and taking a step back. Kind of like with my hair. Like, I've been blonde for, 3 weeks now, and maybe I am Miss Impulsive. I am kind of like that, so it doesn't surprise me. But there's nothing wrong with being able to admit that, you know what, maybe darker was the better move, or maybe I should have just waited and gone to a hairdresser. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. If you can get to the point where you feel comfortable admitting that, instead of being on some, well, I made the right choice and I stand by my choice, then you're gonna get to a point where whatever you do, it's like no one can actually defeat you, because you'll realize there's no one here to defeat you. It's actually just you versus you. It's you versus the shadow side of yourself that you haven't faced. And when you're a woman who grows up as a people pleaser, that one is really, really hard to escape. You feel like it's you against the world and it's you trying to make everyone happy, but in reality, you're actually trying to make yourself happy, but you're covering that by trying to give your energy to everyone else instead of sitting, holding your energy and feeling comfortable with holding that energy by yourself. Yes, that's the tea. Should I just get a pair of scissors and just cut it? And just go back to black? Just get some extensions? Honestly, that would be fire. It would be cool to go a little shorter with my hair. I love the baddie look. I love the look of having a short, dark bob. Especially, because I have pretty high cheekbones. So I feel like if I had a very blunt bob, my face would just be very I would definitely look like a supervillain, you guys. I would look like a supervillain times 100. But maybe that's actually more me. Maybe that would make more people click on my videos, because psychology would be like, oh, she's a baddie with dark hair. What is she hiding? Maybe that's what my face tells people. Marketing 101. The wind is literally a prop right now. The hair in the wind. Don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you dare. I have nothing if I don't have you. I don't really have to look very much further. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. Na 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 na. Can't run from the. There's nowhere to hide. I can't remember the lyrics. Don't make me. Come on, first to win. Don't make me close one more door. I went to Rainbow yesterday, by the way, guys, and let me show you what I got. I got this skirt first and foremost, and it was $3. This is kind of cute, but it will definitely show the cheeks. But my cheeks are good, so it doesn't matter. But let me see the price tag. $3? And then I got this shirt. It's a little big on me, but it's like a off-shoulder thing with a thing here. And it's kind of cute. Long sleeve. Good for a windy day like today. And then I got this dress. Very cute. Not see-through. And then I got this top. This one is extremely tight for some reason. I think I'm gonna go return it. But it's so cute. It's giving me 90s vibes. So I like that. And then I got this top. This top is hot. Maybe this is the top I need to wear for my grand reveal at the end of this video, where I reveal to you that I've gone and dyed my hair back to black. And I'm gonna be playing Amy Winehouse in the back while I do that. Look at this top. Cute. The itty bitty witty committee will absolutely approve of this one. And then I got this one. I've been trying to get into my Victoria Beckham era with like a little sportswear, whatever. Maybe this is it. But yeah. And I think this was like $40 or whatever, which is really not that bad. Rainbow, you can always count on rainbow. And the thing is, there are things in rainbow that are actually nice compared to like H&M or whatever. Because some of it is like actual cotton and it fits. What's going on with fashion today? I do believe in thrifting more, but sometimes you need a tight top, and the thrifting doesn't always have a tight top. Okay guys, it's day number next, and it's time to do a little something about my lashes, an at-home lash lift, which is also a big part of turning myself fine. I have not yet decided to go ahead and dye my hair back to black because it's kind of giving, it's kind of eating, and I'm the type of person that as soon as I go back to black, I'm like, I miss my blonde, and considering how long it is right now, I'm like, okay, maybe we should keep it. My hair always looks like a mess the day I wash it because it just gets so dry. I have to put so much oil, so much moisturizer, so much conditioner in it. But the day after, it's a little better. Like even if you look in the mirror here, it's not good, but it's not too bad either. I got my at-home lash lift kit, and yes, I'm sitting on the floor. These are my lashes before, and let's see what they're gonna look like after. Because full transparency here, I do not have the patience to go through the whole process of how to do lashes at home. Like, go watch another YouTube tutorial if you want to know that. Before we get into the lashes though, one thing I want to say is one thing I've learned about becoming fine, becoming more beautiful, becoming the best version of yourself as a girly, is it's not so much about like engaging more with other people. It's actually more about retracting your energy from the people that you might think you need to help because you feel like it's your fault that they're hating on you. When I went shopping, I'm someone, I like to go like window shopping almost all the time. You can sometimes feel an energy from the people that are working in the store. And when I was just out buying this shirt, I could feel the type of energy that I will usually feel when it comes to someone being on some judgy vibe. When it comes to the fact that I have the privilege to be able to go out and shop in the middle of the day. And I know the people pleaser within me, the people pleaser that was really adamant like a couple years ago, would have been in my head about the fact that like, oh, why are they so mad at me? And I hate to have to say it like that. A lot of people are going to be mad at you when you become a better version of yourself, or when you have certain liberties that they don't, because they simply don't like the fact that you can be a completely pleasant person, someone who's well respected, someone who just does whatever it is you want to do because you should be able to do whatever you want to do, and still be in environments where people who might not have those opportunities are. And that's why these people will try to be nasty with you. I was trying to return a shirt that was a little too little for me. And when I was trying to return it, she was like, yeah, there's a minor mistake with this. I can't return it. And I'm like, I checked this thing before I came here. I'm not going to try to return anything that's damaged. And when I was like, okay, well, let me get this anyways, she was like, okay, give it to me, give it to me. And mind you, I've been at that store many times before, and this woman has acted the exact same. When you start becoming a better version of yourself, people will try to get you to engage in a way that makes you angry, because then they feel like they have a power up on you. That's actually exactly what men do, or even pick-me girls do, when they see that you're someone who's just found more peace in just being by yourself. That's when the men will start saying, oh my God, you're gonna end up alone. You're gonna end up a cat lady. Who do you think you are? You're a gold digger. Or the girlies might say, you're not a girl's girl. Just because you're not going to be standing and being on some, I'm so sweet, let me be sweet towards someone who's nasty towards me. You got to understand that that happens when you become a better version of yourself and you feel comfortable doing the things that you want to do. Because there are going to be times when you're going to be around people that are going to feel like there's a power difference between you. Like you're vibrating up here, they're vibrating down here. And the only thing they can do is try to pull you down. Like imagine someone, you're standing on a chair and you're trying to pull someone up, or they're trying to pull you down. Which one is going to be easier? It's going to be easier for someone to pull you down from the chair than you pulling them up on top of the chair with you. That's why, like, when people clock that you have it good, they start being nasty towards you because they're hoping that you're going to sink to their level. They don't understand that being nasty towards someone is not going to get them closer to being in a position they want to be in. And they also don't understand the fact that if you feel like you want to be nasty towards someone, and I'm going to say this for everyone out there too, if you feel like whenever someone does something, has the liberties to do things, or feels like, oh, you know what, I don't like the fact that they could do this and I can't, it's usually because there's a desire within you to do something. And that desire is not going to be met by being nasty towards those who have worked on themselves to get there, or just being nasty towards anyone in general. It's kind of like a lot of people think that in order for someone to have something, they need to take from someone else. And that's not how it works. You cannot be a fine gyal if you do not understand that if you feel like you need to take from other people in order to become a best version of yourself, then you can't become the best version of yourself. Anyways, I gotta get back to my lashes. You guys, this is the after. This is what my lashes look after the lash lift. While I was doing my lash lift, I was painting a couple pictures. I painted this picture of my lafufu, and then I painted a self-portrait. Can you see the resemblance? In my yearbook back from like a long time ago, someone did say that I was gonna end up as an artist in 10 years. This yearbook was from when I was like 15, 16. So it's almost been 10 years. They said, what is gonna happen to you in 10 years? So maybe this is what we're doing. The artsy stuff. You know what? The one thing I do like about being blonde, even if it's botched, and we're not talking about the back of my head. If I can't see it, it don't matter. I feel like I just want to wear less makeup, which sometimes is really, really nice because my features just stand out so nice. But also, black hair, it's so good on me. But you know, guys, that's where we just gotta wait till it grows out, because I make hasty decisions. I make decisions before my heart makes decisions, or whatever. You know what I mean. Time to do the last part of my yassification for the day, which is putting on a little bit of makeup, not too much. We got a lip pencil from a drugstore. I think it was like $3. And now we have the Mario by Mario. I don't know. I'm not good with makeup brands. Whatever this is. Ooh. It's giving, you're giving me the sweetest taboo. That's why I'm in love with you. And then I'm doing a little, I'm dropping it. I'm doing a little eyeliner moment. My favorite one is this one from Chanel. It's really good. It lasts a long time, but it does kind of like, let's see if it's gonna fall out. Mine falls apart. Look. But just a little tiny bit of eyeliner, just a tiny bit, and a little bit of blush, and then we're there. How to yassify yourself. How to be fine. Honestly, I just want to finish this video off by saying the way to be fine, the way to be a fine gyal, it's not so much about you being cookie cutter perfect. It's actually more about you embracing yourself. I used to have beautiful, long, black hair. And I haven't felt myself the same way until I literally went out and destroyed my hair. I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I was doing what I needed to do to be the version of myself that is putting myself out there and becoming who I need to be. I started feeling that when I was like, you know what, we're going to take a chance. I'm going to go and I'm going to bleach my hair. And sometimes perfect is not perfect for you. My hair was long, luscious, beautiful, and I love it. I'm still mourning it a little bit, but I don't mourn the person I felt like when I had that hair, because when I look back at a couple of pictures throughout like this past half year, I felt like me just switching it up a little bit made me a better version of me. I'll get comments like when people found out that I had tattoos, I would get comments like, oh, you ruined your looks, you look cheap. And first and foremost, that's actually something that men like to say to women so that they give more access and they become more malleable. Like if men tell women that they're looking cheap, then suddenly the women are going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to be cheap. And that's actually what makes them quote unquote cheap, because that makes it so that they are actually affected by what someone else says the price is. It's like, imagine you're selling a product and you know the worth of that product and you switch something up that might not sit right with the type of person who's not even interested in buying that product already. It's like a person who can't afford Louis Vuitton talking about how Louis Vuitton looks cheap now. You can't afford it, and now you're saying it's looking cheap. Who's really the one who has a problem here? Because you're talking about things looking cheap, but you can't even afford going in there and buying it. You couldn't even afford it before when it looked expensive. You can't afford it at any level. You're just saying it looks cheap because you hate the fact that people have, especially women, have the power to go out and change and be who they want to be. You know, men a lot of the times will say, oh, as soon as a woman dresses a little less modestly, or as soon as a woman starts dressing more modestly, there'll be comments like, oh, now you're a prude, or now you're too much, as if women are doing it for men. That's why that whole cheap thing comes into the conversation. They want you regardless. If you've watched Love is Blind, there are literally men in there that are literally getting excited, and you know what I mean by excited, from talking to someone through a wall. They will share fantasies that are not suited for talking about right here on TV because of a wall. They haven't even seen the woman, and someone's talking about, oh, you're looking more cheap. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Do you see this face card? Do you see it? I could wear a plastic bag. I would look good. Cheap is a mentality. That's exactly why influencers that are like extremely famous can wear something that looks like it's straight out of, I don't know, not been washed, not been dried, not been ironed, and it will look cool. And someone who's not in their position will be like, oh, they look so weird. Why are the celebrities doing this? That's because they want to be in their place and they secretly don't want to admit it. Wouldn't it be cool to be able to do whatever you want and people think that it's cool that you do it the way you do it? Yeah, it would be pretty cool. But instead of saying, oh, it's pretty cool that they can do whatever they want, people like to focus on, oh, you're doing too much. Now you look cheap. What did you do to yourself? Why did you have to do that? You looked so good before. Not understanding that a lot of the times when the woman decides she's going to change her appearance up, she's going to do something, it's because she's grown to a place where it doesn't matter to her. It doesn't matter to her anymore. She's done proving herself to others, and she's proving herself to herself. She's actually tending to that inner child. And I think that's all for today, folks. I hope you like this a little bit alternative version of a video from me. Maybe I'll do more. Let me know in the comment section if you would want me to do more. And also make sure to comment whatever it is you want me to talk about on this channel, and I'll do it.